Elimination Chamber matches are set, with us now knowing what the men's and women's full field looks like. The next contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship has been determined, and an unsanctioned match has been authorized, or not authorized, for the Elimination Chamber, PLE, as well. All that and more on today's Raw Review. Another Monday Night Raw is in the books, and although it doesn't really feel like it for me personally, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Hopefully Elimination Chamber can help bring this road to life somewhat, because right now I'm just feeling a bit down. Last year the road to WrestleMania was absolutely incredible, and I don't think we are anywhere near those heights right now. But we had another episode of Monday Night Raw. We are a step closer to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and the Elimination Chamber matches have now been decided. The actual chamber matches, the whole participants, we know who they're going to be, and that's going to be part of what we look at today as we go through 5 things that we learned from Monday Night Raw. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, let's get into it. So first things first, like I said, the Women's Elimination Chamber match is set. The last qualification match was Roxanne Perez taking on Raquel Rodriguez. Very fun match, you know, 2 completely different sized women, and Roxanne Perez being very small and diminutive in her figure, and Raquel Rodriguez is, you know, massive for the women's division. And they had a really fun match where Roxanne Perez built into it, and you could see she was overcoming the power of Raquel Rodriguez. It took Bianca Belair and Naomi coming out to get their lick back, chasing down Liv Morgan to distract Raquel Rodriguez, and then Roxanne Perez got the win. So Roxanne Perez is the last woman to enter the Women's Elimination Chamber. She completes the field, so the entire field for the Elimination Chamber match for the women is Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley. An absolutely star-studded Elimination Chamber, trying to see who is going to vie for that Women's World Championship, the belt that Rhea Ripley holds. Rhea Ripley has her own match with Io Sky in a couple weeks for the world title, which is very odd in terms of where they've put that, and I still feel like somehow Io Sky needs to play into whatever's going to happen at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship. But this Elimination Chamber is absolutely star-studded. If I look at it on the face of like an early prediction who I think is going to come out on top here, I have to say Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley is something they've wanted to do for a while now, and this is an opportunity. I can't really see anyone else walking in to have a women's championship match at WrestleMania apart from Bianca Belair in that field. So we will see how it plays out. Bianca Belair is kind of embroiled in her own story right now, current tag team champion, but we'll see how this plays out. The men's Elimination Chamber match is also set. We saw a fantastic main event between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins to take that last position in the men's Elimination Chamber. This felt like, God, what, 2016, 2017 times when both men were at the top of their game. Of course, these men have kind of put on some age, not moving as quick as they used to, but to be honest, they really brought it, and I think maybe that main event slot on Raw really helped them. It was a really good match. Finn Balor got a jump start in the match, taking out Seth Rollins just as the match was beginning, but Seth Rollins built his way into this match, gave us some of his greatest hits, you know. Seth Rollins was looking really good in this match, and with a curb stomp, he won. He took the last position in the match. Finn Balor has to, you know, hang his head and go back to Judgment Day now and deal with that wrath of, you know, not getting into this match after giving the big one early on during the night. And Seth Rollins, like I say, he takes the last position in the Elimination Chamber. So the men's Elimination Chamber is looking like Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk. Again, absolutely star-studded. The level of talent in this, of course, there can only be one winner. And you know what? I really don't know who it's gonna be. I think I would have to back. It's hard because, you know, John Cena's in there and you think John Cena's going to get a title match, and, you know, you've got a CM Punk in there. I think those are the 2 favorites, head and shoulders above anybody else. I think I would go with John Cena. I think I would go with John Cena as an early prediction, but it's very, very hard because, you know, we're still trying to plot how John Cena's now going to go and meet up with Cody, and they're on 2 different shows, and I don't know. We'll see how this works out. But yes, like I said, both Elimination Chamber matches. We know the contestants. I want to see your predictions in the comments now. Early predictions. We're probably still, what, over a week away from the Elimination Chamber. But who do you think will win the men's Elimination Chamber, and who do you think will win the women's Elimination Chamber match? Let me see it down below in the comments. We've also learned that Dakota Kai is the #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. She beat Ivy Now on the night in what grew into be a competitive match. I think one thing WWE really have to do is something about these theme songs. Ivy Now came out to not much fanfare, but Ivy Now's a heel, so I can let that slide. But Dakota Kai, it seems like they recently changed her music, and Dakota Kai had no reaction, and Dakota Kai is the babyface. It's like no one even knew what was happening when her music was playing and she was coming out, and she was like overly high-fiving people to kind of put across she's the babyface and to garner some crowd reaction. She's working overtime to do that, which everyone should do to kind of get their character across, but help them with the packaging, help them with their theme music. Dakota Kai is clearly someone they have sights on and they want to give this opportunity to around the women's mid card build up. So they need to help her with her overall packaging, and that theme music is where they need to start from. Solid match that these two ladies had, like very good competitors. It did build to somewhat of a crescendo, and Dakota Kai got the win. Now, Dakota Kai is going back into face Lyra. This was obviously the finals of the IC Women's Tournament that crowned the inaugural champion, Lyra Valkyria, who was sitting at ringside. We're here having a rematch now. I don't expect Dakota Kai to win unless she uses some underhanded techniques and tactics. And even if she does and beats Lyra, I'm pretty sure that will be Lyra's first defense that she's lost the title on, which isn't good. So I don't expect, Dakota Kai to win. The match is going to take place on Raw next week. I expect maybe a more competitive match than the final that we got where Lyra won, but I do expect Lyra to retain. And maybe from this point next week, Monday, is where we'll start setting up Lyra's road to WrestleMania in terms of who her competitor will be for that Intercontinental Women's Championship. I still have a sneaky feeling they are saving Becky Lynch for this. Lyra versus Becky Lynch, the two Irish women going at it at WrestleMania for this title, and Becky Lynch can try and indirectly raise the profile of this title that they're trying to establish, because so far they haven't really done a good job of this, or the women's United States Championship, to be honest. I think Chelsea's character has just been carrying that, but as a belt they haven't really done much to kind of raise the profile. So yeah, I think we kind of move Dakota Kai to the side, and then maybe we bring in a bigger name to help Lyra Valkyria and establish this Intercontinental Women's Championship. Something else we learned from Raw, Gunther, Jey Uso. We know that is the World Heavyweight Championship match for WrestleMania, probably the first match, if I remember correctly, that was announced for WrestleMania. But boy oh boy, these guys do not have the steam, I don't think, to carry this for another 60 odd days to WrestleMania. We are going over, ground that we've already stepped on, if you see what I mean. Gunther had a nice promo going out from the crowd and kind of teasing and saying that, hey, look, this is where, Jey Uso conducts his business from. He likes coming through the crowd, and I can see why, because he wants to be near all you simple people. He's a simple person and he's not gonna beat me and all of this kind of stuff. Like, it's okay stuff. And Jey Uso, after he kind of came, attacked Gunther, and they had the little pull apart brawl thing, and then backstage and on commentary, all the talk was like, does Jey Uso believe he can beat Gunther? And it's gonna be this whole thing of, can Jey Uso do it? Can Jey Uso believe? This is what it's gonna be, people, for the next 60 days. Buckle up and get ready for it, because we don't have anything else. Gunther has already dismissed Jey Uso as a in-ring competitor. He basically said in his promo, once the bell rings, that's when I go to work. You do your stuff outside, all the yeeting in the crowd and stuff, but when that bell rings, that's when I go to work. And all it's gonna be now is, can Jey Uso believe? Can Jey Uso really do it? Does he believe he can beat Gunther? Because his peers don't believe he can, and commentary are a bit wary as if he can. Like, this is what it's going to be for 60 days. So I think we need to kind of get to a place where there is something else, which I don't know how we're going to do. And are these guys going to keep having pull apart rules? There just isn't enough material here, I think, to keep us intrigued in this to 60 days, which ultimately will discount it from any main event position, if you ask me, on WrestleMania, which I didn't really think it was going to get anywhere. I think it would probably be an opener of one of the 2 nights, maybe the first night. But yeah, I just don't think there's enough here to carry us until WrestleMania, but let's see if they prove me wrong. Last but not least, one of the biggest things coming out from Monday Night Raw, which we learned from the episode, was actually in the opening segment of the show. Sami Zayn is back. He was back on Raw, however, he is still harboring an injury from the power driver given to him by Kevin Owens a couple of weeks ago. Sami Zayn wants blood. Sami Zayn, he wants that match in Canada against Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. Like, there's nothing that's going to hold him back. And as he was kind of professing how much he wants the match and how he's going to meet Kevin Owens in Canada for this match, Adam Pearce came out and he basically poo-pooed the entire thing and said, no, we can't do this. It's not sanctioned. You know, this is not official and you are not medically cleared. So we cannot go through with this. And Sami Zayn kind of tapped into their past and said, Adam, you've known me and Kevin for so long, you know our history and stuff like that. Like, we have to have this match, and you know, there's no better stage for it than Canada, because that's where both of our careers began, that's where we met each other and all that kind of stuff. So pulling on some good history there. When Adam Pearce was basically done with his promo and basically saying that yes, this isn't gonna happen, Sami Zayn left the ring and walked up the entranceway to confront Adam Pearce and said, you know, you're kind of putting it forward like Kevin Owens can do X, Y, Z to me, but what if I did all of that stuff to him? What if I wrapped his head around the chair? What if I beat him in the concourse? You know, what if I beat him in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3? You know, like, this can happen both ways. Adam Pearce went on to say, if you really want this match, I can't grant it. It's not official, and this match will have to be unsanctioned. So we are having an unsanctioned match, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, one of the greatest modern day wrestling feuds. And with the home setting of Canada, this can be an absolute barn burner. This could potentially steal the show. It could be that good. So I'm very much looking forward to this match and what this match could bring us. However, I'm still very confused as to, yes, it's Canada, so I get why you're putting that match here, but my God, this is a WrestleMania match, and why they are kind of doing this here, I just don't know. Like, where does that leave Sami Zayn going into WrestleMania? Hopefully not a match with Karrion Kross. I like Karrion Kross, don't get me wrong, but Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross isn't a WrestleMania match. And then where does it leave Kevin Owens going into WrestleMania? People are still saying Randy Orton may return. I'm less interested in that. There's a lot of story there and a lot of ways that could work, but I'm less interested in that. So I don't know why we're doing this here. Even we could have done Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens here as just a singles match and built to the fact that at WrestleMania we will get an unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But they've opted to do it this way round. I'm looking forward to the match because I think the match will be brilliant. These two have brilliant chemistry. These two will kill each other, you know, for our entertainment. So I'm prepared and I'm happy to see this match. But just on the road to WrestleMania, and like I said at the top of this, I just don't understand this road to WrestleMania, and I'm just kind of underwhelmed and things aren't really clicking and making sense for me just yet, but we'll see where it leads us. So those are the 5 things that we learned from Monday Night Raw this past week. Let me know down below what you think of those men and women's Elimination Chamber matches. Who are your picks to go on to WrestleMania to challenge for the WWE title or the women's world title? Let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, and if you're new here, what's up? My name is Mex. I make videos on WWE and AEW, so if that sounds like something for you, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you're notified every single time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.